Hey, what's up, you guys? It is January favorites time. It's a little bit early. It's like the 22nd of January, so I'm a little bit early. But I'm gonna be leaving soon to go back home for a week. So I figured, well, I have all my stuff with me. I would just, show you what I've been loving in January. I have a little bit of everything, so I'm just gonna kind of jump in. I have three makeup brush favorites, and two of them are from the Sonia Kashuk Holiday Collection. The ones that look kind of like that. The first one is this kind of duo fibered, angled kabuki. What I've been loving this for is for bronzing, especially around my hairline. The fact that it is dual fibered means that it kind of just I don't know. I think it blends out a lot easier and a lot more seamless than having just like a regular, like my regular angled brush or my little contour brush. Um, it just makes everything look more natural and more blended out, which I really like. And then my other Sonia Kashuk brush is this flat topped kabuki one. Both of these brushes are super soft, by the way. If you can still get your hands on this collection, I definitely recommend it. But I like to use this for kind of just stamping on blush and then just kind of blending it out. I think it's the perfect size to just kind of, apply right here and go up along your cheekbone. So I think it's the perfect thing for blush. And then for under the eyes, I've been loving this Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush. It's dirty because I just used it today, but it looks like this. It's the perfect size for setting your under eye concealer. I use it, just mainly for that, but I also use it sometimes to highlight my nose and chin. It's just a really good all-around highlighting brush. And again, I just really like it for under here. So for hair care, I have two items. The first one is my argan oil. I always use this. I never really talk about it because, I don't know, it's just something that I always use. But lately I've been using it while my hair is wet, which is something I don't normally do. I'll put my heat protectant in and then my actual hair product, and then I'll just put like a tiny bit of this and just mix it in, apply it to the ends, apply it to, all over, and it just makes my hair feel super soft and silky. I will apply some of this after I straighten it to just kind of regain that smoothness and that shine, but I find that while it's still wet before I blow dry my hair, this really does help with smoothing and making my hair not as afro-y. So I just really like this. And then I have a dry shampoo. This is a sample that I got in a Birchbox. I know, right? So dry shampoo, my favorite? What kind of world is this? But this is the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo in Sea Buckthorn Berry. Now, to be honest, I've only used this a couple of times, but I really, really like the way that it voluminizes and just makes my hair look not as greasy on like second or third day hair. I just kind of lift up pieces and apply it, and then rub it in just like you would any dry shampoo. But I think this is really, I don't know, it's really nice. And usually I'm not a huge fan of dry shampoo, so this was surprising to me. And then I'll just get my last kind of randomy favorite out of the way before I move on to makeup. And that is the Maroon 5 CD. I think it's just called V. And I love this. I'm not that big of a Maroon 5 fan. I like their songs, but I'm not one to be like, oh my god, Maroon 5. But I discovered this CD in January. I think it came out in January or December. I don't know. But I have just been all about the tracks on here. Sugar is my favorite, along with In Your Pocket. So definitely, recommend checking that CD out, whether it be on Spotify or just buying the CD. So yeah, that's been my music choice of taste lately, or music taste of choice. I don't know. So now moving on to makeup, I have a few items. The first one being a foundation combination. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I have been adoring this. I've only really used it probably about 4 or 5 times, but I've just been loving it, and I've paired it with their powder that also comes with it. I think the two of these together are just an amazing combination. I'm wearing it today. Um, they're both pretty pricey drugstore items, so I'd say if you were going to get one, I'd recommend the foundation over the powder. It's a demi-matte, it's a demi-matte formula, and basically the way that you apply it in the morning is the way that it's going to look when you take it off at night, which I really, really like. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin, it just applies beautifully, and then setting it with the powder just kind of retains that matte finish. You can use any powder you want. I've used it with this. I've used it with my Physicians Formula powder. Either way, it looks beautiful, but I think the combination together is just a win-win. Again, that's what I'm wearing on my face. I'm in the color Shell Beige, or number 102, in the foundation, and then I'm in the color Porcelain in the powder. This is, I think, the second lightest shade, and then this is the lightest. But the foundations do tend, I think, to lean a little bit, I don't know, I'm more neutral toned, and I think this leans a little bit pink on me, just a tiny bit, but it's not really that noticeable once I'm wearing it, so I just really like it. And then I use this concealer with it. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I got this as a sample in my Ipsy bag. I adore this concealer. Like, I am so sad that there's a possibility that this will run out, because I won't be able to get it right away, because I have other concealers I need to use. But this is so good. I'm wearing it today also. It's in the color Neutral Medium, and I think it's just like the perfect shade. It looks beautiful. It just brightens and it makes you look more awake. I just love it. It's so, so good. It's waterproof. It's anti-aging, full coverage. All of that is true, and I just really, really like it. For bronzer, I've had two things that I've been loving. The first one is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium to Deep Matte Bronzer. It just looks like this. This is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today to contour with, and I really, really like it with that brush that I was talking about earlier. And then also, I've been loving this. I got this for Christmas. This is the Anastasia Contour Kit. I adore this. I wanted to get my hands on this for so long, and I finally got it for Christmas. I've been really, really liking the banana powder in the middle to set the under eye. That's what I use this brush with the most. But I also like this vanilla shade here, which is just a matte kind of white, creamy color. And then I've really been liking the bronzers as well. They're all different tones, so depending on the mood you're in, you can just use, whatever you want. Even this more warm tone bronzer, I really do like for contouring. May not be the most natural look, seeing it is a more warm bronzer, but whoever said I was going for natural? So I just really like all of these powders, and I'm really glad to have my hands on this kit finally. So yeah, this has been kind of a staple, especially for those highlighter shades. For blush, this was the month of discovering that mixing blushes is a thing. I really like this NARS blush in Elmeria, and a lot of times I do wear it on its own. I'm wearing it on its own today. But sometimes it can be just a little bit dark. And so I mix it usually, or I discovered that that I can mix it with this Tarte blush in Prim. Now, this was from their limited edition holiday collection, the packaging that looks like this, and you got 4 tiny ones. This is a really neutrally blush, and it is really pretty on its own. But I find that if you mix the two of these together, you get this really pretty, neutrally pinky toned, a little bit, I don't know how to describe it, but you get this really pretty combination, and I've just been loving it, and it's opened my eyes to looking at my blush drawer and just kind of being like, what other combinations can I make? Like if a blush doesn't work with a certain eye look that you're doing or a certain look that you want, mixing blushes is amazing, and I never would have thought of it if it hadn't been for this combination. So this has been a staple this month, a staple combination. For eyeshadow bases, I've discovered a really good one that I like. For a while now, I've been using the MAC Paint Pot in Let's Skate, which is just like a pastel pink, and it's got some gold glitter in it. And a lot of times, glittery is not the look that you really want. So what I've been doing is I've been mixing this with the Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last pencil in Eternal White. This is just like a NYX jumbo pencil in milk type thing, just a white pencil. And I've been applying this first, and then putting a tiny bit of the MAC Paint Pot over the lid area where it tends to crease just a little bit, and it just really holds the look together without being super glittery like the Paint Pot is. I really like this combination. I like using these on their own as well, but I think together they really shine, and they really just, it works. And I'm wearing it on my eyes today, even though you can't tell because I have shadow on. But I just thought I'd let you know. So yeah, that's a good combination that I have been loving. And the last product is the Lorac Pro 2 palette. This palette I brought home for Christmas break, and I really fell in love with it. I don't know. This is such a pretty palette. I don't have the first Lorac palette, or the just regular Lorac Pro palette. So I really didn't understand the hype over this one, but I got it anyway because I just really like the colors, and I didn't just get it over Christmas break. Like, I've had it, but I kind of have been like neglecting it. So I brought it home over winter break, and I just really, really like the colors, especially this Nectar shade here. It's just a really pretty peach transition shade. As you can see, I've been loving this buff color for my brow highlight. There's a big dent in there. And then basically anything from here to here, like the purpley jewel tone colors, like anything on this side of the palette that I've been loving. I've been using these shades like crazy, and I've even tried to mix in some of these deeper shades as well. So basically this is just an all-around super good palette. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, that is my January favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up and let me know down below what you have been loving lately this month. I love knowing what you guys are loving, and I just love making these videos. So yeah, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.